All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings Two Leads. Welcome to the call about new construction. I'm super excited to go through this today with you. Got a couple, excuse me, excuse me. Anyways, I got actually a great idea. Thomas, you asked, well, how do I get this for me? And this is the listing presentation. So in your account, right, we do a ton of training on this. If you haven't seen that training, I'm a little bit surprised, but nonetheless, we'll walk through this today. What I did is, and I'm jumping the gun just a little bit, but in looking at new construction in my area, I found this one called Granite Terraces. So I created a listing presentation and I modified it a little bit. And so you can see in the headline there in that gold bar, the 100-point marketing plan for homes at Granite Terrace in Rockland, California. And then it's just a listing presentation, or I should say the marketing presentation for your listing presentation, or the marketing plan, however you want to frame it. And check this out, right? That's their home. That's one of their units. The homes in the development. Granite Terrace. Check this out. Look at that domain. And I would get this over. I don't know about in your area. I'm sure in your area, like my area, there's quite a few of these smaller local developers that are pretty good, right? They do, they might have 3 or 4 developments in the region going on at a time. I took the website, I threw it with a prompt I'm going to give you into ChatGPT. You can use whatever AI program you want, right? Gave me an awesome description. And yeah, and then I'm also going to walk you through, and I'm telling you, I am seeing more and more of our clients using the custom questions in the ads for phenomenal lead engagement. Imagine having 4 to 5 questions that the lead is going to respond to. I'm going to show you this ad. We're going to walk through all of this today. So if you don't get something, that's why you're here. You're going to learn. So check out this ad. All right. New construction in Granite Bay. What's your time frame to buy? Whatever. In fact, my wife literally just got a lead, 1 to 3 months. See if you qualify for 0 down or down payment assistance, right? New construction, why not? And notice there's 5 questions. I would have never thought 5 questions would work, but I'm actually starting to see. I think there must be an upper limit somewhere. But the more questions that you get answered, the more you can help out people. Would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? If you're running an ad for new construction, of course they're going to say yes. And then that gives me so much great raw materials from which I can follow up, because they want to buy in 1 to 3 months. They want to know if they can qualify for 0 down. You're probably going to get about 30 to 50% of the people will say yes to that at all price points. Would you like me to send you current builder incentives for new construction? They're going to say yes to that most of the time. What would be most helpful right now? This is another phenomenal question that we've got. This is actually default in all buyer ads. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to this, the reply that they put here, because you're going to want to make sure that you address it. And then, do you have a home to sell? If this is newer construction in the lower end, I wouldn't put that there. But at the middle to higher end, then I definitely would. Or if it was a new construction for a downsizing 55 plus community, I would definitely put that question there. Continue, name, email, phone number, continue. And it's going to take me right to the website, the single property website. So I'm advertising this new construction as a listing. So I added it to my account where I'm the showing agent. I'm not the listing agent. I'm the showing agent. And now I'm marketing this property and generating phenomenal leads. So yeah, we're going to walk through a lot of great stuff today. I'm super excited. So let me know if you have any questions. But in the meantime, what I would love for you to do is get over to listingstoleads.com. Go ahead and log into your account if you've got one. If you're watching this on the recording, then put this on one screen, pause it as needed, and continue on with it. All right, so let's do this. We're going to talk about marketing new construction units. It's like a home, like you just saw there with that ad. It could be a condo. All right. We're going to talk about marketing new construction at your IDX. So if anybody's got a website with new construction as a filter on your IDX, go ahead and put it into the chat and I'll walk through that. So if you got a website where people can look at new construction, I'm going to walk you through how to do a custom Facebook ad with it, leveraging our platform, the questions that we've got, and so on to make the ad a lot better. And then I'm going to talk about how to do that presentation that you saw, because if I'm going to market a new construction development, and especially if it's like a local, if it's, if it's Lennar, if it's, KB Homes or, some of these nationals, this idea, not so much. But I would love to have a relationship. It doesn't even have to be an exclusive marketing relationship. It could just be where they let me market any of their properties because they know I'm an amazing marketer as a real estate agent. And so to be able to prepare that marketing plan to send over to them, to show them what I can do to get their properties marketed and get those properties sold. They're, especially if you do the domain and they got the QR code and the text code. Oh yeah, they're going to absolutely love it. So let's get at it. Let me know if you got any questions. Laura Moore, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to make sure. In fact, give me 1 second. Let me just put that in my other monitor. The problem is I can't. I don't want to do that. I can't click, so I got to type it out. So everybody, give me 1 second here. Your Greenville Realtors. Your Greenville Realtors.com. Let me see if I got that first part right. And you're with Howard Hanna. And then it says new construction listings. New construction. Listings. Let's see if this is perfect. All right, awesome. It looks like you. Is that you? I'm assuming because it came up just the way I expected. So awesome. Yeah, perfect. All right, we'll get to that a little bit later in this call as well. All right. So as we go through here, if you have any questions, yes, no, yes or no. Is this you? Your Greenville Real? It's got to be you. If it's not you, then your Greenville Realtors. Yeah, that's got to be you. Or are you saying nope to something else maybe? All right, so let's do this. Let's go through and let's market a new. That's not you. Well, I'll use that one because it's the same no matter what. All right. So, yeah, it's the same no matter what. So whatever your website is, it's going to be, you'll just do it the exact same way. So, but when we get there, it'll be perfect. All right. So first of all, I know you got the MLS, right? And you got other resources, but sometimes I just like to go to AI and just ask, can I get a list of new construction developments in the Placer and El Dorado County area in the price range that I'm looking for? You might miss something. You might not know about something, right? There's a lot of local, private, regional developers and builders. And so you're not going to know everybody. Not everybody puts everything in the MLS. You might find something that's planned for later this year that you can start pre-marketing if that's something that you might want to do, or they're just starting to release right now. They're not in the MLS. So I like to do that. I like to go into into my AI as well, in addition to other sources. And I found quite a few different new construction developments, and I focused on one of them. I mean, any one of them would be great. And maybe I do a different one every week. So I found this one here, Granite Terrace in Rockland. It gives me the website. And so I got the website. And so we're going to assume I called them up. I got permission to market the property. Now, this could be just new construction in your MLS where you got permission to market. It could be new construction from another source, whatever. Okay. So we're going to add it to our account. If you can pull it in from Grab Listing, great. If it's not on the MLS, Larry, can I share my prompt? Uh, my prompt for what? Finding new construction? Dude, it just give me, all I said was give me new construction in my area, and then I give a price point. So that's the prompt. And if you want, I can actually put that in the mastermind group a little bit later. If you don't see it later, you can always ask me for that, and I'll put it in there. So yeah, so it gave me that. Like I said, I found one in Granite Terrace. Great location, great price point, great looking development, right? Nice looking properties. And so I'm going to call them up. Hi, my name is Scott Pierce with XYZ Realty here in Folsom, California. And I would love to market a couple of your units or your homes to my audience on social media and to my database. Would that be okay? All right. I am sure they're going to say yes. Most of the time, all right, they're going to say yes. And if they don't, I'll go to the next one. And if they don't, I'll find one in the MLS or I'll find one somewhere. So, and the reason why new construction can be great, now, it doesn't have to be great for everybody. If it's not great for you, fine. But for those of you that want it, those questions that you saw in the ad are so powerful in helping you find motivated people and to engage people at a much higher level. So check this out. So if you need to add the listing, right, add listing, you can either do it manually or you can try to grab it. Or if it's under the My Farm Dominator section, maybe that it could be there as well. But regardless, I've got one in my account already at, I believe it's 4704 Gold Lane, Granite Bay. I'm going to click Market Listing, Facebook and Instagram ad. And you're going to see here's right the workspace for doing the ad. Now for new construction, I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put new construction in Granite Bay. I can change whatever else I want here if I want to in the description. I've got location, got the radius. Leave the radius alone for the most part, especially if you're just starting out. If you are not really good at generating leads, don't start trying to change all of the presets thinking you're going to do better. Most of the time, unless there's some specific situation, you're going to do better just leaving it as it is. And then as you get better, play around with it and try different things. But in the beginning, I always recommend to people leave it in the location and then leave that radius alone. And that actually speaks to something else. And I did a post in the mastermind group. And when you log in, there's a pop up and there's 3 links. The first link on that pop up, I actually talk about how to make sure your Facebook ads are working well. And one of them is making sure we get listings in a good price point. And that kind of relates to what we're talking about here. Don't go too high and don't go too low, right? If a listing is priced too high, sounds great, but it's like a dog looking at himself in the mirror with a bone in his mouth and wanting the other bone, right? Your buyer pool is really small. So you're not going to generate a lot of leads. A lot of the leads you do generate are going to be looky-loos that just want to see a pretty home. Pick a home that is in the middle, like the mid to 20 to 40% above the mid. That's really, I think, the sweet spot. So because in that range, you're going to find downsizers, upsizers, relocators, some first-time home buyers, maybe move-up buyers as well. So that range, so if your average is, let's say, like our range, 700,000. All right. That's kind of like the average sales price. So, anywhere from like 7 to 900,000 would be a great price point. I don't want to go to, 1.5 million looks sexy, but at the same time, the buyer pool is so small for that. All right. I'm looking to get some business here. I'm not looking just to be a vanity agent. I want deals. And so that price point is a phenomenal price point. Lifetime budget of $35. I'm going to change that to $100. You want to do $10 a day minimum. It'll go for 1 week. In the template, it may say for sale or it may say whatever. And I want to just change that to say new construction. Click change template. And then there's a little edit icon right there. and edit text. So I just changed whatever it was to new construction in Granite Bay. And in fact, this one actually is in Rockland, so I could change that to Rockland. And if the images aren't perfect, please make sure to click. We want the best 4 images. I did another post in the mastermind group. If you're not in the mastermind group, you should be checking out that mastermind group every day, especially for the posts that I do related to, how to do better ads, how to do better marketing. I took a client who was generating leads at $8 to $20 a lead. I got them down to under $2 a lead. All right. Now, I can't promise that for everybody, but he was running ads and I was like, oh my gosh, the price point was too high. I could just tell by the ad, it wasn't that good of an ad, the images and the template and everything. I changed the images. I changed a few other things in the ad, ran it, and it went from, at the last ad he ran, it was like $8.94 a lead. He was down to $1.93 a lead. Absolutely awesome. So here, just so I can show you here, so I can check different images so they place in the template. I want the 4 best images. So here I'm using, the backyard's pretty hot. That's a great backyard. And then I got the front, the living room, and then the kitchen over here. Hit apply, and so I'm going to save that. But now we get to the questions. Remember those questions that we saw? We click the ad and there's like 4 or 5 questions. That is under advanced options. So when you click on advanced options, notice it opens up. There's a new button called create new form. Click it. And then right here, the questions are right here. Hit the arrow down. So you're going to see, right? Name, email, and phone number. All right, good to go. And there's other questions. Now, there's 3 questions that will be turned on by default. What is your time frame to buy? And if I scroll down, do you have a home to sell? What would be most helpful right now? And those are all 3 great questions. But for new construction, I'm going to add 2 more. I'm going to say, would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? Phenomenal. Especially for new construction, that's so good. And then, again, for new construction, and this is also for maybe homes that are in a little bit of a lower price point, see if you qualify for 0 down or down payment assistance. And if I wanted to get a little bit edgy, live on the edge, there's another question here about, would you like to get a list of priced reduced homes for sale? I got to do better at memorizing where all these are at. Right there. Would you like to see a list of price? Now that's kind of a lot, because now look at when I go up here, I'm asking that lead to do a lot. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. It's kind of a lot. So I'm going to take out that last one. I have not seen anybody do 5 successfully, but I've seen people do 6, but I've seen people do 5 successfully. All right. And here's the reasoning. Imagine you are, talking to somebody. I feel better knowing that you are trying to help me out. And so these questions serve to ask the lead, how can we help them? All right. So when you're thinking about which questions you should put in the lead form, think about what it is you're marketing. New construction, high-end home, low-end home, PDF guide, home value, cash offer, down payment assistance, and frame the questions to be, what questions can I add to this ad, to the lead form, so that I'm actually helping, and that I will be able to help this person that completes this lead form. Because now when I get the lead notification, or I'm going to get an email, and the email is going to give me the name, the email, the phone number. It's going to list all 5 of these questions, and it's going to tell me everything they said. If it's going to your CRM, all of this should port over to your CRM, so that you'll know, well, what did they say for time frame to buy? What did they say for qualify for zero down or down payment assistance? What did they say about current builder incentives or specials and home to sell? And what would be most helpful right now? What did they say to those things so that I can then shape my follow up to be of better service, to be of more value to that person? Hopefully that all makes sense. And I can even drag and drop. I can reorder the questions if I want to, but just click create form. Go ahead and close that up. We're good to go and just create ad. Easy peasy, right? Easy, easy, easy. I got a beautiful ad marketing a new construction unit, proper single family home, condo, townhome, whatever it is. And I'm going to get great responses to those questions so that as I'm following up with this person, I'm going to have a better chance of engaging them. Does that make sense for everybody? Well, tell me if that makes sense or not, because I have seen people. Oh, that's weird. I literally just ran this ad like 30 minutes ago. Let's try that one more time. Sometimes once in a while the API with the Facebook API gets a little weird. There we go. All right. So that'll be now submitted to Facebook. Boom. All right. You can see that. Now, in about a minute or two, this view button will be available. If you forget, I do this all the time. I do this all the time. I'll run an ad and I forget to do the questions. I'm like, oh man. If that happens, click edit. And then scroll down. It'll come up to the edit here. Scroll down. The instant form, create new form. So I can click on that and I can fix those questions. Once in a while, I forget to up my budget. And so I can just come in here and do that. If the ad is running for especially for more than a day, like if it's going for 2 days and I need to edit something, just turn it off and redo it. Because if you're getting good leads, then I would leave it alone. If your cost per lead is too high and the ad's not working, editing it isn't good, because now you're not going to know what is the new cost per lead after you made the edits. So when you've got an ad that's just not working, or you forget to, if it's not working after, like I said, a day or two, turn it off and just redo it. But if you need to make an edit in the first few hours, absolutely no problem. Just, pop in here. Like, for example, the other day I was running an ad for a client and I ran the ad. Then I realized the images were not great. It's like, oh my gosh. So again, just go to edit. Edit comes up. I go to change template and I edited. That's easier said than done. The images just so they can be more compelling. All right. So yeah, you can always edit the ad even after it's live for like an hour or so. But like I said, once it's gone for about a day or so, I'll just turn it off if I need to, and then I'll redo it. All right. So that's how to do an ad for new construction. All right. Super easy, super powerful. All right. Absolutely awesome. Now, and also just, while we're here, let me just show you. You might as well send an email to your database, especially if they've got builder incentives. All right. Especially if they've got, specials that they're offering. So when I come back to that listing here, 4704 Gold Lane, right? So we just did the ad. We can do social media post. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and edit. And I might say new construction in Granite Bay. Then I'm going to add another paragraph. I'm going to say amazing builder incentives. Amazing builder incentives for qualified buyers. Get, I'll say 4.99%. And I'm just making this up. You get the idea though. Financing, 20,000 credit at the design center and other move-in specials valid until April 31st. All right, looks awesome. I can do carousel if I want to. I can also turn carousel off, and I can still edit the image here, right? Edit image, so whatever you want to do, and either schedule that to go out or post it. And when that goes out, now this is not a new construction post, but so you can see a little bit how it looks and how it works. So those images will display, but people just click and they just go right to the property website. At the property website, the lead form will pop up, boom, and I can generate leads and start marketing that new construction home. All right, so we got social media. There's really no seller in this case. Nearby homeowner letter, you're probably not going to use, but the e-flyer for your database, I would use this as well, right? Look at that new construction. So it's kind of rotating the first 4 to 5 photos, so it looks great. We're also talking about the fact that their home value, right? Home values change when homes in the area sell, right? Even if it's new construction, right? Even if it's new construction, depending on their home and everything, right? The higher it sells, the higher lifting tides raise all boats. So, and you can even edit this too. So I can come in here and say, edit email, and I can edit this very similar to what we just did. So I could say, new construction in Granite Bay, builder incentives, closing cost credits, move-in specials, right? So on and so forth. And I could even change this if I want to, because again, it's new construction, so it's not like a normal house, but I could say, thinking about selling in 2026. Right, that way just a little bit more on point with what we're doing with new construction. And I can either then, if I want to send it from my CRM, just copy it and paste it. Just copy it, right? Select all, copy, go to your CRM, paste it in, send it out, and it'll work the exact same way. You can also click copy code. A few more steps of copy code, but that works as well. So you might as well send out an email to your database, right? Might as well do that. And for new construction, you may or may not need any of these other tools. I mean, if it's your new construction listing, then go through all the other tools like you would for any other listing that you're marketing. All right, like a standard listing. So you can do the nearby homeowner letter. You could do the circle prospecting, right? The sign writers, all that other good stuff. But assuming it's new construction where it's not your listing, these are probably going to be the options and the things that you're going to want to do. All right. Now, this right here, this would be phenomenal. Oh my gosh. So in my area, so when I go back here, so in Roseville, so that's Lennar. So yeah, I can't approach them, right? National builder. Woodside Homes. And I don't know any of these people, but this is a local builder. All right, so it's a local regional, right, out of Roseville, California. That's the city right over from us. They got nice inventory, but they're not national. They may have a sales agent. They may even have a realtor that they work with. But oh wow, look at it. Yeah, they're a little bit regional. Cool. Contact us or connect with us. Cool. All right. So yeah, I mean, again, and I'm sure in your area, you're going to have at least a few different options. JMC Homes. Let's check them out. And so you'll see after you run this through AI, right, it even gives me the links to their website. So I can go to their website, check out their website, learn a little bit more about them, right? Livable. Let's see who this is. I never heard of them. Berry Circle, right? By Lennar. Oh, that might be a subsidiary, but you get the point, right? So then what I might do, so check this out. So here's what I did to create that presentation. And for those of you that are doing our expired, the FSBO, you've done a listing presentation, it's the same thing, but just a little bit different. And I'm going to show you what I did, and then we'll do one of these because this would be awesome. Most builders are not that great in marketing. They're good at building, right? The agents that they normally work with are those kind of agents, especially the agents like the sales agent for the developer. They don't know what they're doing half the time, right? They really don't. They're just kind of sitting there, like a cat on a windowsill, just kind of waiting for someone to come by. They're not out there doing great marketing. So as an agent, right, you're working on commission, so you are much more motivated. So I'm going to show this to you, and then we'll do it. But so Granite Terrace, right? So that's the name of the development, Rocklin, California. That's where it is. I added it as listing presentation. And for those of you that have done listing presentations or expired before, I'm going to tell you what I did differently. So status, listing presentation, custom status banner, I changed it to Granite Terrace. And the headline, I put the 100-point property marketing plan for homes at Granite Terrace in Rocklin, California. I will copy and paste that into the chat. And so if you want to steal it and just change Granite Terrace to whatever it is that you're doing, change Rocklin, California to the area that you're doing. Perfect. And that would go right in the headline. There's no seller per se, right? Because there's not a homeowner, so I'm leaving seller name out of it. For street, I just put the development, Granite Terrace, Rocklin, California, zip code. I filled in some items. So $599, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. And you could, I did the low end. You could do the high end. Maybe do low end on price and high end on bedrooms. I don't know. Whatever works for you. I added in living area. All this is from their website. And then for this, I took this right here, and I'll give this to you. It's right in the mastermind group. And I just bumped it up. So it should be near the top of the mastermind group. So I clicked to go to the school. All right, listing description prompt. So this is designed for SEO, AEO, and engagement. So this is, and you can use this on your regular listings. Use it on your regular listings. How to use? Copy and paste. So here's the prompt. I grabbed this. I just copied it. In fact, I copied the whole thing. I went over to ChatGPT. I pasted it in. All right. I put it in, and I was being a little bit lazy. And at the bottom, right where it says property details, paste below, I just said, please get information from this website to create. And I put in the website for the development. Boom. Gave me this. It gave me two versions. Version A for the MLS, version B for, and this is what I used, version B. So I took this, and now I didn't edit this, right? If I was using this for real, I would go through and I would edit it. Not so much so it doesn't read like AI, more just to make sure it makes sense, make sure it's not referring people to go to the builder, that they go through me. All right. The whole point of this is that I get business. So I copied that, and then let's go create this. So let's go create this exact same thing like I did. Okay. All right. And I didn't send that link. 1 second. There we go. All right. So let me know real quickly. Do you think this is cool? I mean, I'm sure all of you got small, kind of the mom and pop-ish, but to be honest, I mean, yeah, are there more like the individual and partnerships for a couple of guys or a couple of people that are kind of doing the house flip kind of a thing where it's new construction? Yeah, but I'm telling you, in our area, and I'm sure your area as well, there's some pretty good players that are local, local or at least regionally based that you could totally do this with. And there's not a lot of people doing this, right? Or who is preparing a marketing plan to show a local or regional developer and builder, right? That's interactive with an amazing domain, the QR codes, the text codes, right? Showcasing the development all the way throughout. So here's what I did: add listing manual, status, listing presentation. And then here, like I said, I just put in the name of the Granite Terrace. All right. There's no seller. And then for the headline, all right. And I remember for the headline, I put the 100 plus point property. I can't remember exactly, but you get the idea. I pasted it into the thing, property marketing plan to get homes at Granite Terrace in Rockland, California, sold. Maybe I put sold in all caps. Street address, again, I'm just going to put the Rockland, California, whatever the zip code was. And then I just went ahead and I filled out this right out just off their website. I just went to the website. I grabbed, and again, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth. That would just waste everybody's time. You saw what I did for the property description. And I just pasted in there from ChatGPT. I just copy and paste. Right. Again, I'm going to edit, make sure everything looks good. Save and add photos. Upload photos. I just downloaded a photo from their website. And it was literally that photo right there. And so I'm going to upload the photo. And we'll give it a few seconds here. And we're gonna be done. There's one more extra step I'm going to show you that I think is going to be key. So I want you to pay attention. And hey, you know what? I'm not going to do it for this call because it's just going to waste time. I'd go through and download a few more pictures. Right. I took residence one. I'd go here, learn more. Now it was kind of weird. I clicked, save image. I just save image, Granite Terrace Plan 2. Right. Scroll down to residence 3. Right. Click on it, save it, and now upload 4 to 5 photos. Right. Show them that we're dialed in to what they're doing. They're going to be so impressed. They're going to be impressed. So back here, right? Again, I can upload 2, 3, 4, whatever. Add all the photos. Click save and check listing. So once you get that done, now it's going to generate the flip book. But let me show you one more thing I want you to do before you do anything. Go to edit, domain, and just double check, because now it says Granite Terra, worldsbestlisting.com. So I'm going to go click on the little edit pencil, Granite Terrace. Now I've already got World's Best Listing taken with the other one, so I won't be able to use it, but I got the best listing. Beautiful home for sale. Best home in America. America's best listing. Do you not think when these guys over at this developer, and there's a couple of guys, I went and I checked them out a little bit earlier, when they see my marketing and they go through it and they see that domain, Granite Terrace, their baby, right? The thing that they spent probably 5 years doing, if not more, in California, maybe 30 to get that thing up. All the money, the late hours, endless hours. And then they see Granite Terrace, world's best listing. America's best listing, even more than a homeowner. I mean, when homeowners see that, they love it. But you have to imagine when a builder or developer, right, local, regional, right, it's a hard market, right? It's Harvard is in your area. Maybe it's great, good for you, but maybe it's not. Don't you think they would love to have an absolute bang on agent with a marketing plan that's going to be this outrageous, this good to be assisting them? I mean, come on. So here we go. Boom. The complete marketing plan, the 100-point property marketing plan to get homes at Granite Terrace in Rockland, California, sold. There's my intro. Boom, 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 featuring their home in every image. Look at that. I mean, just come on. Granite Terrace, Rockland, California. Granite Terrace, America's best listing. Come on. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. They're gonna click that link. Right. All I got to do is text it over to them, email it to them, right? Look them up. Hey John, or whatever his name was. Hey John, this is Scott at XYZ Realty. I saw your development at Granite Terrace in Rockland, and I absolutely love it. And I would love the opportunity to mark that to my audience on social media and my database. I prepared a quick little presentation. Would that be okay? And I just, what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to just get him to be thinking like, who is this person? Like, could I just ask without sending this to him? Of course I could. But wouldn't it be just amazing to like blow their socks off to the point where they're just like, and check this out, my client reviews are right here as well. So they're going to be able to see my client reviews. They're going to be able to see the marketing, right? They're going to see how great Joanne is. They're going to see how great Amy is without you having to say anything, because it's just there, right? I don't want to send my reviews over. Oh, hey, look at my reviews. No, but when it's just kind of buried, something right word. When it's embedded into this, well, now they're going, damn, LaToya. Oof, right. I mean, yeah, what do we want LaToya to do? We want LaToya to help us get these homes into contract and get these homes sold. And now they're looking at their properties inside of your marketing where it says pending, marketing to just sold. I mean, come on, just kill me now. I mean, this is amazing. All right. Now, check this out. This is a little bit advanced for some of you. For some of you, it's not. But if you are in our school classroom, right, in our school lab, and it's free to join. In fact, I see a few people have, I see a few of you might have asked. So Larry, you're in there. And if you're not in there, I would highly recommend that you get in there. So Larry, I just approved you. It may take a bit for you to get the notification, but regardless, if we go to expired, so we got the whole playbook written out. Let me close a few things, and I'm going to show you. It's under text, create short URL. So I'm going to show you this. It's so easy to do. If you want to impress, people, check this out. Bit.ly, because I'm going to do bit.ly/Granite Terrace for that presentation book. So I'm going to go to bit.ly, bit.ly.com, enter your destination URL, right? That's the flip book. Create your bit.ly link. All right. So now we got the link. So if I take that link and I text it to them, cool, right? That link works. But if you can handle this, then do it, the next part. But if you can't, then don't worry about it, because I don't want you focused on what you can't do. I just want you to get that link over to them. And in fact, even if you just send them the long link, the only problem is sometimes a long link, if it's too long, can get broken in a text message. So that's why I like to create a short URL. But I'm going to show you, we're going to go one step further, because I'm not satisfied of being average. I want to be way above average. So we're going to take that 4EBRNSJ and we're going to put Granite Terrace. So when they see that, they're going to be like, "Oh, what are they what is this? Check this out. Link details. Click link details right there on the left. And then there's a pencil. So we all know that pencil is the universal sign of editing, right? Pencil right next to share. Edit back half. And now, and you can do this with tiny URL. You can do this with other short link services. So if you got a different service you're using, it's the same idea. I mean, I can't show you exactly how to do it in every single one of them, but it's always the same idea, and they've all got the capability. Title. I could even do homes at Granite Terrace, just to be a little bit more, impressive. So I can't do it because it's already duplicated. Well, that's fine. I bet this one isn't. Rockland. Just put the city. Rockland. Granite Terrace, Rockland. Save. Now look at that. Granite Terrace, Rockland. Now, when I text them, that's the link I'm gonna text them. Short. It's gonna look hot in that text message. They're gonna know exactly what it is because it's related to something of their Granite. They're gonna click the link, right? They will click that link, and now they're gonna see this. They're gonna recognize the property. They're gonna see the property, the development name in the headline. They're going to see this. And then as soon as they're going to be like, holy cow. Imagine them going through this. And, right, they see like, damn. And then they see this link, Granite Terrace, America's best listing. They're probably going to text you back right about now and be like, wait, can you come over and talk to us? Oh, and especially if they look at this and they scroll down and they see that amazing description that you did, that's probably 5 times better than what their salesperson or marketing person did for them because you used a phenomenal prompt that I just gave you. They're going to see the QR code, right? If you can, scan the QR code with me right now. I got my phone. I'm going to scan it. Boom. You saw me create this presentation. How long did it take me to create this? About a minute. Right, look at that. That's the single property website already done with that domain. And they can send a text. They want to send a text, send the text. They'll get the property website sent to them via text. And I'll get their phone number so I'll know that they did it. I mean, look at this. All the way through, right? All the way through. Just listed. You can't take the open house out of it. But, when you talk to them, just say, hey, and if you'd like me to do an open house for you, I would love to do it. Or I can, if not, no problem. But what I do want to do is I do want to market your properties and get them into contract and get them sold, right? Go through it like you would a normal listing presentation. And again, like we talked about before, they can look at your client reviews right there. So I would love for you all to start leveraging these listing, because we know these listing presentations are amazing. They help agents go from, arguing about 3% to getting 3.5 to 4%. They help tell the homeowner how you're different from every other agent. All right. They talk through how is it that you get properties sold. Well, the developers got the same issues. In fact, they probably got more of them because they've got more inventory. I mean, if we look at these guys over here, right? Granite Terrace, learn more. Well, I don't need the VIP access, but right, they got 4 residences here, it looks like. And then they got some other developments in the area, right? Communities. So Lincoln, Roseville, I mean, these are all, ooh, that looks nice. Ooh, this could be really good for downsizing. 3-bedroom, some single story home. Oh yeah, that would be phenomenal. I'd go after that one for downsizing. That's the one we just looked at. They got one in Roseville. Ooh, rooftop decks. Oh yeah. Ooh, looks like it looks like condos or townhomes. Yeah. Oh, that looks pretty hot. Man, I tell you what, I would like to work with these guys. Sacramento. So that's Sacramento's about a half hour away from here. Not too bad. So, right. And then Tahoe. I mean, South Shore Tahoe. I don't want to have to drive up to Tahoe for a showing, but I might if they want to work with me, maybe I'll find another agent to referral work with. I can still do all the marketing from here. I can have another agent up in Tahoe do the showings, right? Or just have a referral partner up there with us. Oof, man, I'm telling you, I'm getting excited about this. I want to do this. I want to do this because I tell you, and we've had people jerry rig in the past for years where they put together a proposal for builders, just like what I'm talking to you about right now. But we've never taken the idea of creating a listing presentation and tweaking it for the builder. Does that make sense? So we can, and then, hey, if you do property videos, you do 3D tours, you do whatever, add that in there. You can put that behind here. And here's a beautiful thing. You can print and mail these. So, right, here's the PDF, download. If I've got somebody right here and they've got maybe 20 to 30 homes, it looks like, between Roseville, Lincoln, Sacramento, Tahoe, looks like they're smaller kind of things. So they're not doing the 200 unit places, which is to me a good thing. But if I got someone that is doing 20 to 30 units, I might just go ahead and print this up, right? Print this up, download PDF. I'm going to download this. I'm going to take it over to Kinko's, FedEx, right? Staples, whatever in my area. I'm going to have it printed, nicely bound. I might include the cover letter. Now, the cover letter for new construction like this is definitely going to have to be different. But if I go to door knocking, luxury, because I would kind of do this in the model of luxury, right? Here's the cover letter. And like I'm not going to create the expired package because it's not expired, it's luxury. But we do have the cover letter, and I might just take this, drop it into AI, and just say, hey, redo the language around this to be appropriate for a new construction builder that is in the Tahoe, Roseville, Sacramento area, and still make use of the 100-point marketing plan to get their property sold. Right, let the AI do its thing, edit it, bring it back in here, and have a cover letter. Right, add whatever else I want to add to it, and put something in the mail to them. Right, why not? We do it for luxury expired. We do it for, premier expireds. I would definitely do that for a developer. All right. All right. I hope you're all excited about that as I am, because when that kind of, you know, clicked in my mind recently, I was like, oh my God, I cannot wait for the next new construction call, because this is something that will set you apart 100%. Okay. Now, I don't have a lot of time to get into it today, but we got the new construction landing page, right? So if you go to landing pages, new construction, I click on marketing tools. The landing page itself is fully editable. And we got all the same tools, just like we do for most everything else, right? I can do Facebook ads. And so, for example, I could do edit ad, new construction in Rockland, CA. Granite TERRAC is now selling, right? Do my ad. And I'm going to change that image, but I'll do Rockland. Rockland, California, right? Plus 15. Budget, I'm going to change to 70. Change template, image, video. So, I mean, I can upload a video here. I can go out and do a little video walkthrough, which is kind of cool. But I've already got the image for my files recently uploaded. Right. And now I can just market the development, right? I might, find out a little bit more, but I'm going to say 5 custom homes from $599 and up, 4 to 5 bedrooms, builder incentives, right? Blah, 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 blah. Get rid of the default stuff right here. And then again, don't forget questions, because what do? They help 2 to 3x our follow-up. So open up advanced options, create new form, and then form questions. And I'm so excited that some people, I see people, thank God for great clients, because I go through the ads and I check out cost per lead, I check out lead responses, and just to get a feel for how different questions are working. And it's probably been in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I'm seeing more and more people successfully doing 4 to 5 questions, whereas before I was really limiting it to about 3 questions. But you got to be strategic. You just can't willy-nilly questions that are garbage, because you're just going to annoy people. So we want to make sure those questions are facilitating and helping them, and then helping us help them. Okay. And if we're not going to refer to those questions and shape our follow-up, right, in relationship to their replies to those questions, then we're not really doing anybody any good. So hopefully all that makes sense. So we still got time frame to buy is checked. Again, I might do the down payment question, which, you don't have to. And if it's maybe higher end, oh my God, I hate that. If it's higher end, I wouldn't. Well, now you can see these easier. Where's the new construction question? I always lose that. I guess it's down here a little further. So let me scroll down. Be notified when similar listings. That's not a bad one to have. These are great. What's most important to you to notice that they are by buyer profile. So, for example, for this one right here, I would bet a lot of these homeowners are going to be family move up. That area and that price point, a lot of them are going to be family move up buyers. Do you have a home to sell? I'm going to leave that. And what would be most helpful? I'm going to leave that. So that's 1, 2. Builder incentives. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to probably take one out before, because again, 5 is, we're getting a little bit greedy at 5. And I'm just going to have to refresh, right? Oh my gosh. Marketing tools. Sorry about that. Ads. Sometimes my screen just blows up. I think it's my track does it. But let's real quick. So lead ad. I showed you how to edit, add the location, right? Add location, Rockland. Oh my gosh. I have got fat thumb-itis, apparently. California. Change the text, change the image. Lifetime budget. You still want to make sure we do $10 a day. Right? I walk through the questions and then create ad. Easy, easy, easy. All right, everybody, listen, I'm good to go. This was a little bit different than what we normally do for new construction, but like I said, I just really wanted to make sure I share that with everybody, because all of us have builders in the area. They need help. A lot of them, they need help. they offer incentives, they offer specials, they offer, different things that can make it attractive for you to generate some really great leads, right? Again, understand how to use the AI prompt I gave you for the property description, how to use AI and other tools like your MLS and other things to find some of these new developments in your area that you may not have known about. I would prepare that listing presentation, all right, for them, like what we talked about. If you think it's appropriate, call them up, ask if you can advertise their inventory. Make sure that we get good inventory for our area, meaning, right, we don't want to be too high or too low, and we don't want to be too far out there. All right, sometimes this new construction can be so far out that it's not attractive. So, just kind of remember the property that you are marketing is the raw material for all of this. In fact, one thing I didn't show everybody. All right, if you want to hang out for a minute, let me show you this. IDX. I didn't show you how to do free list of homes for sale. So somebody else put in a URL, and I apologize for taking so long and absolutely just forgetting about that part of it. Jim Guido, are you still here? Showingnew.com. So it looks like a new construction site. So that's cool. So Showing New, is that right? Showingnew.com. GUIDO. All right. So for everyone else, just imagine this is your like IDX at your website. All right. And so what do we want? Free list of pool homes for sale, free list of downsizing homes for sale, free list of homes with acreage, free list of homes for sale with price reductions. And you want to send people to your IDX. Facebook ad, create custom ad. Campaign name. I'm going to say free list of new construction IDX. That way now it's going to my IDX. Website, put in the website. You can hit fetch. It may or may not bring back anything. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So, that's a third-party website. And sometimes the long IDX links won't return anything either. I am going to give you, I always forget to bring this up, but I'm going to share some really good text that works in a lot of different environments for this kind of ad. And there we go. Here's the text. I'm going to copy it over. Primary text. Boom. All right. And then just change this. Looking for new construction homes with builder incentives, down payment options. Get the free list of new construction homes. Update every 15 minutes from the MLS. See homes with. And then I'm going to put a little emoji. And then just put, even if you don't have, even if you don't have 5, then just take one out, right? So, it might be, chef kit, beautiful kitchens, pools, right? So pools, decks, and outdoor, whatever the amenities of the development, outdoor, or you know what I'm talking about. Room for animals, toys, or whatever. If that's appropriate, awesome. Headline: tap to get this free list now. Maybe put a little emoji pointing to the learn more button. Description, stop wasting time driving around and get this free list now. Location, whatever's appropriate. Lifetime budget, I'm going to change that to 70. You're just working your way down because I go for 1 week. Now, image and video, this is the only time I like carousel. And what I would want to do is grab some images that are appropriate for like different styles or price points or areas within my area. Does that make sense? So I might, like that one too. Normally for a listing, I'm not crazy about carousel. This is, again, free list of homes for sale, free list of, excuse me, got the hiccups, free list of pool homes. Then I'm going to show, not like this. I would want to show the pools, and I would like to, so find an image with the pool and show it. Front of the home for something like this would be fine. Homes on acreage. Well, maybe then I want to try to show, a little bit more of the property. But this way they can at least find a home that they're going to latch onto and go, "Ooh, I love that home." Or somebody else might say, "Ooh, I love that home." And somebody else may say, "Ooh, I love that home." You get the idea. Create new form. So the button is right here in this one. All right, here's my form questions, like what we talked about before. All right, so I'm not going to go through that again, but right, do your questions. And then you can retarget, but for this one, I don't want to retarget. I want it to hit just everybody. Advanced options, don't worry about that. Autoresponder, I'm not going to worry about autoresponder because they're going to be going to my IDX. If and when they sign up at my IDX, phenomenal. But if not, I got their name, I got their email, I got their phone number. I've got the answers to the three or four questions that I add to the ad. There will be three. The three that are there by default again are what's your time frame to buy, what would be most helpful right now with like 5 different options, and then do you have a home to sell? Right, easy, easy, easy. Cool. And again, there's a boatload of uses for that custom, for the custom questions. There's a ton of different use cases of why how you can use that. You can use it for anything, right? Scott, you do not have a go. We actually do. And you know what? Oh my God. I finally figured out how to use Go High Level. And I got my wife has a Go High Level account. And so I on my own, because my lead tech assistant is on vacation until the 28th and I'm dying. I figured out the Zapier connection from listings to leads to Go High Level all on my own yesterday. I was so proud of myself. Lead connector right here. Yeah. And it was easy. I mean, now granted, I did use Chat GPT to assist me a little bit, maybe more than a little bit. And the Go High Level's got the, but Zapier has Copilot, and then the AI inside of Go High Level. So between all three, I figured it out, and I'm actually building out a crazy follow up workflow. So I'm building in all the questions, and this will be something that you're going to hear more about later. I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but yeah, we're doing more things with Go High Level that I think are pretty exciting. Okie doke. Yeah. Laura, do you know how to do workflows in Go High Level? In fact, here, let me show you. I don't got it working yet. I think there's a little something probably simple I'm missing, but let me show you what if I can find it. Hold on, I'm on my other monitor. If you want to wait a second, let me see if calendars, opportunities, payments, mark automation. Let me see. Uh, yeah, it says it's published. Oh, wait, what? Let me see. Foreign. Oh, this four enrolled. Interesting. Anyways, so this is what I built, and so it's for down payment assistance. And so, I mean, so I did. Excuse me. So I did all of this last night, and it says there's 4 people enrolled in this, and it was a lot easier than I thought, but it's not. But it's not working. So uh, I'm going to play around with it a little bit more today. And I know when my lead tech assistant gets back, he'll look at this and he'll be like, dude, it's probably something simple. And then that way, excuse me, when the leads come in, the whole idea is, right, they get a text based on what they said, then the follow-up, the automated follow-up will just trigger off and refer to what they said in those questions in the lead form. And then we're going to tie it into the AI text. And then, yeah, I mean, we're looking to do some stuff with, like I said, Go High Level to offer the Go High Level as a service through listings to leads, especially with some of the AI text, AI voice stuff. And so I'm just in here now playing around with it. And I'm not the guy, I'm not the tech guy. So when I say I'm playing around with it, I'm just playing around with it to get comfortable with it. But I got a whole team. I got a couple of different teams that have started working on this. And like I said, I'm pretty excited about it. Yep. Yeah, Laura, right? I mean, it looks impressive, but again, there is, you got the AI workflow helper here, and then I was in Chat GPT, and so I've just been kind of working back and forth, and like I said, I don't have it working, but I did the test workflow, and it said, I went through and I selected myself, and it said it was working, but I didn't get any text message. And when I just was on the previous screen, it did say that it said that it was somebody asked me about recorded calls. Let me show you. It said it was working. So, like I said, it's probably just something simple I did wrong. I'll put the link in, but if you go to Marketing Calendar, Resources, YouTube. And what I would recommend is click on Playlist. So pending, sold, FSBO, open house, expired. New construction is in here somewhere. And Facebook ads, right? Current webinars. So the current webinar one, that will have all the webinars that we do right there, current webinars. In fact, I'll put that link into the chat for you. All right, everybody. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to give you, give me a second. I thought I had it up. I want you to please fill out where is it? Post-webinar satisfaction survey, if you don't mind. Just because, again, I don't like sitting here wasting my time or your time. I'm more concerned about really wasting your time. I got lots of time to waste. Joke. But it goes both ways. And so I want to make sure that you're getting something out of this. So please fill that out if you don't mind. Don't forget your affiliate link. Somebody signed up yesterday, and then the agent came back and said, oh, so-and-so signed up, but I don't see him in my, affiliate account. So affiliate link, copy link. That's your affiliate link. If you need to set it up, you'll just put in a PayPal email. Takes 5 seconds. You get the link. And that way they get 21 free days versus the 14 at our website. You get 15% recurring. Are all these AI follow-up, AI text going to be no, Monica, it's going to be an add-on. I mean, right. So for right now, we have AI text that we offer, and it's an add-on. The one through Go High Level, I'm planning on changing things around because the Go High Level one is phenomenal. It's so good. And it's much more customizable. And especially when you compare it up with the Facebook lead ads with the way we do it, you can get much more granular in your follow-up. like again, my wife is a mortgage broker. And in fact, here, hold on one second. I'll show you. I will, let me find her lead and I will show you, right? I'll just show you like an actual, give me 1 second here. I'm going to, oh, wow. She generated a few more leads. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to screenshot this part of it so that we don't get anything wrong. And even since we've been on this call, she's generated 2 more leads. So here are the replies. Let me make it bigger so you can see. So she's got 1, 2, 3. She's got 6 questions. Oh, no. Phone script is not a question. Let me get rid of that. All right. There we go. So she's got 5 questions. What is your time frame to buy? How much do you currently have available for down payment, even if it's 0? And this just came in like literally a minute before we hopped on this call. See if you qualify for 0 down or down payment assistance. What's most important to you in your next home? What would be most helpful right now? All right. So think about that. Everyone's gonna the answers to these 5 questions are going to be different for almost every single person. And when you can refer to these questions in your follow-up, right? So for example, in this one, I see, you might be thinking about making a purchase in the next 1 to 3 months and you got $20,000 down. Is that correct? Right? Yes, it is. Okay, great. No, that's so exciting. Good for you. And I see, affordability and low monthly payments are important to you and that you like to get new listings and price drops. So what I'm going to do is find out what areas that you're looking for. Are you currently renting right now? What's your mortgage payment right now? When you say low monthly payments, have you been pre-approved yet? Do you have an idea of what that looks like for you? Or do you need to get to talk to a mortgage lender to find out, right, for your exact situation, what would be the best thing, right? Are you a W-2 or do you 1099, right? Do you work for somebody? Or are you self-employed? Because that's going to matter a lot as well. And so it allows you to have much better conversations if I'm looking at, or at least I know in my mind, what it was that they said to these questions, right? Does that make sense? It changes the whole dynamics of lead follow-up and lead generation. And when you're in the mastermind group, I'm gonna bump that comment or that post to the top. There's a listing description one that was bumped up. All right. This video. That is so good. Let me bump this because it's a really great. Oh yeah. In fact, so here's Carrie yesterday. Carrie Thompson. What's your time frame to buy? Do you have a home to sell? What would be most helpful right now? And so these are 2 responses: new listings and price drops, best areas or neighborhoods. And because now when I call you, I can say, oh, you want information on the best areas and neighborhoods. Tell me a little bit about your situation so that I can make sure that the best areas and neighborhoods I tell you about meet your needs, right? Do you have a family? Are you single? Do you have a dog or a cat, right? Do you, like to take walks? Do you want to live where you can walk to a cafe, right? It gives me a lot more conversation because now I know you're interested in knowing about some of the better areas and neighborhoods. And that's not the same for everybody. If you were just to send her a list of the most expensive properties, do you think that would be appropriate? All right. Or would that be helpful? Not probably not. Right. When they say best, they don't mean most expensive. They mean best for their particular situation. So now I just have a lot more opportunity to engage them at their level. And so right here, this post right here, I'm going to bump it up, but I talk about in some detail, right, these questions and how to use them for conversion. And I talk about, choosing the right listing. And it's a little bit of a long read. Maybe throw it into Chat GPT and just say, can you read it to me? All right. I'm going to get that to the top as well. All right, everybody, listen, I got to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, get into the mastermind group. I love all your participation in the mastermind group. I want to hear what you're doing. Any questions about any of the stuff we talked about, like the developments, the creating the presentation, let me know in the mastermind group. I'd love to see and hear what you're doing. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great one. Talk to you soon.